Alright guys, I'm here to talk to you about oobleck. Okay, see, looks like water, aka cornstarch and water. There's a certain amount of mixture. You can put your finger down into it very slowly and it will act just like a liquid, but if you hit it, your finger just bounces off. It does not go in. See, it's not penetrating. And if you pay very close attention, sometimes you can, see, you can see it tear. And if you rub your finger across it, you can see the tears in it. That's not what liquid is supposed to do. See, this is a solid liquid mixture, okay? I'm sure most of you have seen this. Some of you might have even done it at school as like a project. You might have read that Dr. Seuss book or whatever, and you made it in class, and you did experiments with it and stuff like that. I mean, at least I know I did in like 3rd, 4th, and even 5th grade. It was always a part of our science. And if you get a big chunk, you can even turn the big chunk into almost like a statue type deal, because you pick up the chunk like that and then you hit it, and then the chunk stays for a minute, and then eventually, of course, it does go away after a little bit. Very fun to play with. I wouldn't suggest ingesting it. I mean, of course, but just really fun thing to play with, you know? And once it, like, you let it all drip off of your finger or hand or whatever you have in it, it turns into almost like a wax, and it like hardens on your finger, see? And then sometimes you can get some of it to peel off like that. See, it peeled some of it off, see? So what do you think about this stuff, guys? I mean, have you used it? Have you seen it? Have you heard of it? And if you get enough of it, and you get a big container, like a rectangular box, big enough to fit someone in, almost like a coffin size, and you fill it with it, you can run across this stuff. You can just, bam, run. But the moment you stop and slow down, you sink into it. See, you can go across it, slide across it. I wouldn't suggest sliding, though, because the friction from it rippling up will slow you down, and then you'll sink. And if you have enough of it, sometimes this stuff can be deadly, because if it's as deep as your height and you start sinking into it, you will not stop sinking until you're at the bottom. It's kind of like quicksand in that context, except quicksand isn't a solid liquid. It's basically wet sand that looks like land, but yeah, you know what quicksand is, or at least I hope you do. I don't want to have to go over all that, but just on my table, you know, and I had a balloon filled with this stuff. This is the stuff that was in the balloon, actually, and I made a stress ball, and you squeeze it softly, and it's all squishy and stuff, but you squeeze it really hard and fast, and it's hard to squeeze, and it's just something kind of fun to play with and mess around with. And yeah, see, it goops up and on top of your finger, and then it'll just pour right off. No liquid does that. It doesn't split, it doesn't break it. Yeah. Obviously, wash your hands after doing this. Try it out. You can do your own different mixtures to make it more solid by using less water, more cornstarch, and you can make it more liquidy by using less cornstarch, more water. Or you can do like an even mixture like I have and make it like this. Alright, well, that's it for today, guys.